There it is. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Here we go. Hey there, folks.
Give it. Give it.
You're in for a real treat because you've just landed on the hottest podcast in town. The Three Dimes Show. I'm one of the dudes here making up this wild and wacky crew. Here we blow your minds with outrageous banter and crazy antics. Believe me, you won't find this kind of entertainment anywhere else. No. So get ready to buckle up, hold on tight for a fucking ride. You won't forget, and subscribe, and yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Hit me again.
No.
Way to go, buddy.
At the end of the part, I don't like doing all the other subscribing stuff because I'm not the subscriber guy. Chris, you are.
You were reading the thing. I don't know how else to...
Well, I saw subscribed, and then I kind of just left it at that. So we haven't been here in a long time. We haven't been live for a while. It's been weird.
Too long.
And then I come here and to the podcast. Chris was a little late. That's why we're starting a little late. He was practicing his ballerina moves.
Exactly, Jay. Exactly.
And Tony was, again, just doing random dumb shit, putting tile on
Sure was.
on a piece of cardboard randomly for no reason at all. What was the reason for that, Tony?
I got the most intense project of my life going on for the worst customer.
Yourself and your own backsplash?
Yes. It's been terrible.
I could only imagine.
And by terrible, I mean one of the most experiences of my career.
I heard at this job site, though, you get to bang the homeowner's wife.
No, I just masturbate feverishly on my lunch breaks.
Fair. So the same things I heard the cleaners do in that house?
Right. Yeah, no, my bed is a temple.
A template for everybody to use is what I think you mean.
So if you follow Tony on Facebook and you see what he started, it's pretty crazy though. I would say, but you just put too much effort into something that just, I mean, you're gonna be there your whole life living in this house.
Probably.
And you're probably gonna get sick of it within a year and then change the bird to a different color or some sort.
Probably.
Anyway, people don't know what we're talking about.
Well, if Tony would share his shit on our YouTube channel, they'd know.
If you would do anything for this podcast, Chris, they would know.
That's not even a real Tony. It's just a green screen Tony. We have to green screen him in. He doesn't even come in anymore.
At home. I don't even want to be here.
Last week he said he'd never use AI. Now this is AI Tony. This is AI Tony.
Doesn't it look pretty?
So the main area of my backsplash is a rhombus, and if you're at home listening and you don't know what a rhombus is,
I'm here listening.
I was about to ask you.
I
was about to ask
Look
you.
it up.
What's a rhombus?
pretty much a diamond. What you would consider to be a diamond shape.
Yeah, well, but when you put those stupid shapes together, they
And
turn
you put
into
them together.
a stupid 3D square that fucks with my mind.
Right. It's
And I
called
hate it.
geometric patterns.
And I'm not, look at it screws me up.
A rhombus is an Euclidean geometry.
Wait,
Quadrilateral whose four sides have the same length. Another name for a rhombus, if you don't want to use RH words, which I prefer not to use RH words,
right.
you can call it an equilateral quadrilateral, which is what I call them. That's why I had to look it up.
No, that's
because I
makes
call
more
them
sense.
equilateral quadrilaterals.
Yeah.
That's why. Because equilateral, as we all know, means all of the sides are equal in length.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like if you took a box.
It's a wonky ass fucking square is all it is.
Yeah, if you took a box and you moved it sideways. Hold on, I might have one in my pocket.
It's a rhombus.
Yeah. So
You have pocket box? What the fuck?
no, I was in back
I was
tiling a sample board.
waiting for you to show me the rumpus.
But so I'm mixing 4 different colors in a gradient pattern.
An equilateral sizing.
An equilateral sizing. And within these 4 colors, I have 2 different sheens of each. So my backsplash is actually a 12 by 12 tile that comes on a sheet. And on that sheet, that 12 by 12 sheet, there's probably 40 pieces. And I peeled them all off of all the sheets.
Okay.
And now I'm putting them up one by one so that I can mix the colors and sheens together. So it's really 8 different tiles being mixed together. So now it goes from black to dark gray to light gray to white. And
You should probably, while you're talking about this, pull a picture so that
No, you just have to close your eyes and vision it like you would a good book.
you lost me at
Lateral quadrilaterals.
you lost me at. Let me show you something in my
shape?
pocket.
at the word shape,
Yeah, you
you
did.
got confused.
I did.
But so we're grout on most jobs. Most tile jobs I do, grout's a pretty insignificant thing. Like
It's a
You-
tint of the regular
you just-
color.
most tile jobs are all just one color tile, and you either find something that contrasts it or something that blends. Well, if I find something that contrasts the black, it's going to blend in with the white, and if I find something that contrasts the white, it's going to blend in with the black, and
Right.
it's going to move around. So I'm trying to find something different. So I'm working with a grout manufacturer right now to create something special, unique.
No,
So,
you just you do what you do is you just waste your time.
yeah.
Wouldn't
So what I'm doing now is
Wasting
trying
time.
to formulate a glitter compound
in parentheses wasting
That'll
time.
reflect
that looks like polished brass. And I think we're really close. So I got this sample board I'm making.
his okay.
why? Okay, as go ahead.
I'm gonna say he's gonna have a backsplash finished but never grouted.
He's gonna have to replace.
He's gonna
his-
grout it only when he
I'm
moves
going to have
out.
to replace the tiles
He's gonna have to
before
replace it.
I get to the grout.
So why? Okay, so you want the grout to almost disappear in
No.
a sense? No.
No, he wants it to stand
want
out.
I want it to contrast all 4 colors.
So brass.
brass.
And there's not one tile that's brass.
Have you just thought about shaving up brass?
I mean,
What?
I'm not going to lie and say it didn't cross my mind.
Like just
Because,
Make
well,
dust.
first I was like, well, if I get enough brass things and what's it called? Schmelting them?
smelt them
If
together.
I smelt them into liquid,
Oh my god!
how long is that
you
going to
couldn't
stay
mix-
malleable for me to trowel it onto
None.
a wall?
Zero.
Dude,
Zero.
I would love to see you try.
You mean
and watch
setting
it just
tile
start
in
my-
liquid metal?
Watch it just slowly start my house on fire.
You will be the first person to ever have grouted lines made of
Metal.
liquid metal.
I'm saying
Metal.
take some metal and pulverize it to dust.
He's saying, yeah, put it in like a
Or
glitter.
grind it
Same thing you're
into-
doing.
But it wouldn't sheen. It wouldn't have any
Yeah.
It would
glitz.
it would sparkle at least if you put
Maybe.
it in like a really light
I'd
color.
have to have the right lighting.
Yeah, whatever.
It'd be a whole thing.
Anyway,
You're insetting this into a wall. It's not going to catch any light to sheen. Are you putting
I got
little
under
mini
cabinet
lights?
lighting,
guys, under a cabinet.
and now I'm semi-sponsored by a lit niche company. After they seen my bird mosaic I made,
That's
That-
ridiculous.
I got a lot of
You
things
lit
going
up.
on. I got a lot of things going on with this backsplash right now. It's consumed far too much of my life.
Well, you do it to yourself, so
I do.
you're only one to blame.
I am, in fact, the only one to blame.
It's
All right. So when this
should
back,
have built this fucker on something and affixed it to your fucking wall, you dumbass.
What?
You
He's
build
saying-
it on a fucking table in
he's saying-
front of you instead of placing it on a wall. You could do all your little artsy shit and then fucking tape that
he's
shit
saying
to your wall.
the same exact thing you did when you made the
Like you didn't make this on the fucking wall. The cameras. I guess I have to like point this way. You didn't make that on the fucking wall. You built it on a floor and then you hammered it to the wall.
Yeah.
Sorta. It's on a French cleat system.
Yeah, but you fucking know what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep it simple for the fucking people in the room who might not understand what I'm saying.
Well,
no one's
that's true,
no one's
but-
understanding anything we're talking about right now.
But-
I guarantee.
but
Unless you're a
the
tile guy.
rhombus,
I'm
rhombus tile design I made,
Quadrilateral or unilateral?
I laid it out on the floor to get an understanding of what my pattern was going to be.
Yeah.
Talking about
And now
rattles.
I made a grout sample board, which is like 2 foot by 3 foot, on my table out there, and that's what I'm going to grout with 3 different colors, and I'll let you guys pick it. Maybe.
All right, well, maybe we'll put it up on our website, 3dimesreviews.com.
So
for
every
people to
time,
vote.
every time we come here, Tony's obviously here first because he has to unlock the doors and he has to be here. This is his building. Every single time he's doing something, and
Well,
I'm
we're
not
not
saying-
supposed to sit.
Also, because it's a bunker, they have to bring us in with hoods on in the
Listen.
little tiny van and let us out without letting us know where
Well,
we
what am I
are.
supposed
but
to
listen,
do, Jay? Just
just
sit
let me
here and
finish.
thumb blast my asshole
Yes.
waiting for you guys?
yes, you should be doing
don't
something.
think so.
You should be doing something for the podcast instead of for yourself.
You
for
should
your,
build-
I
your
don't know how to
company.
do anything for this podcast. I'm letting you know
You
that right
should
now.
build
I know how to
something.
come here. I know how to keep this room separated for the podcast,
know how to-
and I know
you-
how to talk shit.
You know how to keep a conversation going and tell a story longer than it should be. Yes, you do.
You should find yourself a better way to blast your ass instead of your thumb. Is what I was thinking that whole time while you're building things back here. You should build an ass blaster.
I do
Because the
have.
thumb thing's got to get old and stinky, too.
I
Because you
do-
can't get poop out from underneath your fingernails.
Oh my God! Cut your fingernails. You can't. Gross.
No matter how
I do
hard you
have an
try.
old reciprocating saw back there I could use for something.
I'll tell you what, though. You know what? I leave my fingernails long sometimes because I use them as tools.
Yeah, you do. You fucking caveman.
Pick out like little pieces of grout out of tile
Yeah.
grout lines and.
Snorting coke and
Yeah, shut up.
Sometimes I take staples out with my fingernails. Is that kind of the same, or is that?
Yes, you need fingernails. If you just cut your fingernails, you are out of luck. I mean, girls, they can do a lot of things with as long as they're not too long. They can do a lot of things you can't.
Not all girls have long fingernails.
I'm saying
My wife can't keep long fingernails.
okay, but like mediocre length. Like mine right now are pretty damn short. They're nubbies. They have no length at all. But if you have somewhat of fingernail and there's a job needed for those fingernails, you're always going to your wife unless you haven't cut yours in a couple of weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I like my thumbnail to be long. I don't know what it is. So I'll cut that last every other month. And I'll have
Every
a long-
other month?
It's a strong
You
nail.
have a schedule that goes to the time frame of every other month? Are you like, hey,
Month and
Siri,
a half
hey,
sometimes.
Siri, set me an alarm
Remind me July 4th to
2
cut
months from now to cut my nails again?
Yes, because my thumb, very important tool in your hands. You lose your thumb, you're fucked. And then the nail just adds like a little extra working compartment to that thumb. And I use it all the time. Like
I don't know, man.
drop something, you get stuck somewhere, you just I mean, there's so many things I can't even think about how many things I can use with my long thumbnail. I really can't. If I took the time to write it all down, I'd have a whole sheet full of
misspelled words.
can't even say it. Thumbnail ideas. That'd be amazing. And they'd be things that you would never expect. Like you would be like, oh yeah, you're right. I should maybe let my thumbnail grow out a little longer. Because next time, and this comes up, Jay was right.
I don't know. I cut all mine at the same time. I don't like.
I leave the thumbnail.
Is this thumb month? Is this thumb month? I can't remember if it's thumb month. Let me
You
go
guys
see
don't
how-
do that?
Let me
You
go
think
see
that's
how
weird? You think
he's-
that's weird?
He's like, let me go see how far I am down my pile of clothes to see if it's thumb month.
You think that's weird?
No, when I go into the Asian salon, I always tell them, leave the thumbs. I like to shape it up real nice. I want to keep the length.
What's the coke nail that people have? Pinky?
I think it's the thumb. I
think
don't
it's
know.
the
It's the thumb
Jay.
because it's the thickest nail on your hand.
Yeah, because when Jay does key bumps, he can never find his keys.
Get out of here. Shut up. So, beside the thumbnail incident, I had, so we've been gone for a while, so we have some stories to talk about. And I got, I guess I'll just start with mine right away.
Yeah.
I got in a couple fights with two separate parents.
Your brother. Was it your brother?
No.
Parents.
Two separate parents at two separate events, two separate places.
Like your kid's like sporting event?
You could say something like that, yeah. So the first one, we were at my middle son, the middle kid's birthday party at, what is that jumping place? That trampoline.
Sky Zone.
I think it might, yeah, maybe that. If it's not that, it's something close.
Urban Air.
That's it. It's Urban Air. That's it. Yep.
Serbian Air.
Why do you say Serbian Air?
Oh.
No, tell me why you say Serbian Air.
Did you get into a fight with a Serbian family? You're lucky you're not dead, Jay.
Okay, I did not get in a fight with the Serbian
Oh,
family.
thank goodness.
Okay, so we're having fun. We've been
Jay meets all the height requirements for all the rides.
Because they're for kids.
Jay's on
Have you guys ever
go-karts. He's
been to-
climbing the rock wall.
Oh, he must be under 44 inches to ride.
Have you guys ever been to Urban Air?
We have a season
I've not.
pass.
They sell. Oh, yeah. Okay, they
Yeah,
do.
like a
you're right,
monthly
you're right.
pass.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you to take that pass and rip it up and never go there
We
again.
actually let it lapse this month for good because Dad was right. I don't let my kids fuck with trampolines.
What do you mean, Dad was right?
Me? I was
Okay,
right.
Okay.
I'm-
Yeah, because your
I'm
kid breaks.
so-
Your kid
so
breaks his arms
anti-
and legs and fingers. And,
I've been so anti-trampoline my child's entire life. I hate them.
There's no real
They're
good point
so
to 'em.
fucking dangerous.
Yep.
did you?
And everybody's like,
Okay.
"Oh, they're the funnest things ever."
So when you go to them and you go to the parties at these places, do you go on the trampolines with them ever?
Yeah, I hold his hand. He's 10. I don't give a
No,
fuck.
I'm saying, do you go on and jump and bounce with them?
Hell no.
Dude, that is an exercise in itself.
Why do you think I don't do it?
Plus, you don't want to break a leg.
What, you
right?
want me burning calories at some random kid's birthday party? Fuck you.
Tony would have one. Okay, so they have a lot of square trampoline spots. He'd have one spot that'd be fucking just drenched with fucking sweat and nasty shit, and that's Tony jumping for 5 minutes to that one spot. So, at this place, okay, so my kid, we've been here a couple hours, having fun. We're actually on our way out or about to leave soon. My kid's like, I want to go on the there's this balance beam and you get joust sticks.
Oh, into the
To-
foam ball
to a
pit.
foam pit, yes. And he goes on that. I walked away. I forgot where I went. I think I went to go throw something away or whatnot. And I turn around. I'll give you this story, my perspective of my angle, my view. I turn around and I see this dude, older man, older than me, 45, 50, run into the fucking ball pit, foam pit, and just push this kid as hard as he fucking could.
A random kid?
A kid. Okay. This is what I'm saying right now. Like what I see. I see pushing a kid. I'm like, holy fuck, dude, that's a parent pushing a fucking kid as hard as he's like, I couldn't tell if he was fucking around with his son or if he was really pissed, but I saw him turn around and he was angry as hell. And then, since the pit was past me and past my sight of view, I couldn't see the kid. And then I looked, the kid got up and got out. It was my fucking kid.
Ooh,
It was
not
Lyric.
Good.
It was fucking Lyric, my middle kid.
Not good.
He got out of the pit. I was probably about 20, 30 feet away. So I ran up to where he was. I got up to the pit before he actually got out. He stood up and I got in his face and I was like,
Oh, I bet you that dad didn't know he fucked with a real motherfucker's kid.
well, I didn't touch him. I didn't grab him. I didn't punch him. I wanted
Are
to
we talking
fucking-
Lyric or the dad?
the dad. I wanted to. The first thing in my mind was to run at him and just fucking knock him back right into the ball pit with the punch, a kick, whatever. I just wanted to hurt him.
You wanted to treat him like you treated Dan circa 1998.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I wanted to kill this guy, so I ran up to him, and then he kind of walked past me. He didn't realize like I was the dad, and I stopped him. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then he started turning around and getting into my.
Hold on. Can I take a guess?
Yeah.
Was it a black dude?
Why do you have to guess that? Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So I got in his face, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he was like, "He pushed my son. He just pushed my son." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Everybody's pushing it. They're fucking kids. They're playing. They're fucking push. This is a balance beam. You're supposed to push them off the fucking balance beam.
Well-
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, you're wrong. They're not supposed to be pushing each other off the balance beam.
It's a
That's
jousting.
actually on the sign.
It's a jousting balance beam. You knock each other off of it.
Were you at the one when you walk in? If you walk in through the front door, it's right to the left. You turn left.
It was.
Or were
it was
you at the one
Waukesha.
on the right?
It was Waukesha.
Yeah, it's the only one. But were you
Okay, then
like
what
when
the
you
fuck are we
walk,
talking about here?
when you're walking into the facility?
Yeah.
And you get
There's
to all
more
them
than one
counters.
balance beam.
I think so.
I only know of one.
Is it the one if you turn left, it's along that wall
right.
there,
It's
or
right.
it's right?
It's
Okay.
right by the lockers.
That's okay. That's not the one I'm talking about.
okay.
There's another one that's like more designed for little kids that
Are
you're
not
not
supposed to
allowed.
push.
No.
This one, they give you joust sticks, like fucking American Gladiators, joust
Okay.
sticks to knock your fucking shit off, knock them off. He's like, he pushed my kid, he put whatever. And he's getting in my face, spitting in my face, getting all angry. And then, like, I was just ready to grab him and just start choking him and be like, "You don't fucking touch a kid. I don't give a flying fuck what your kid or my kid did to your kid. Whatever the fuck it is, you don't touch a kid. You're fucking 50 years old, you dumb fuck. You should know what you'd be doing."
I'll
So
have
I'm-
you put on Megan's Law, motherfucker.
I was pissed.
Touching my kid.
I was screaming at him, and I was like, "Fucking push me, then, motherfucker, push me." And I was like,
I mean, he is obviously bigger than you.
"Well, I mean,
He was an adult.
he was an adult." So he wasn't doing nothing, dude. He was a little.
But I know,
bitch.
dude, you're a fiery soul, man.
I was in his face. I was right up in his face. I was ready for him to do anything to me, touch me, push me, grab me, whatever.
he
'Cause
already
I knew
spit on you.
Well, yeah, because he's fucking he can't talk right. He's fucking spitting in my face when he's trying to, because he's so angry and so fucking weirded out, and I don't even know what to say. But this guy's a fucking moron.
So you let him live?
I didn't touch
You
him.
let him
Because-
live?
Listen, he didn't touch me. He just was yelling, "You touched my kid," blah blah blah.
But-
I kept back
but-
and forth about this
So
kid shit.
okay, we need to set the scene.
Where was
scene.
the wife?
I'm trying to say this. No,
What? Oh, whoa! What state was Lyric in?
he was crying. He was
crying
Oh,
because
he
a
was.
grown man pushed him across
Yeah.
the ball pit.
Yeah, he hurt him. He
Okay.
he pushed him so hard in the back because Lyric didn't even see him coming. So
He
you know,
blindsided a
oh,
child?
from behind. Yes, hard as he could.
You never go at a child from behind.
Clearly.
I learned that watching To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
So my son is fucking balling, and then it makes me even more angry and more aggressive. So I'm still getting in his face, and then all of a sudden this chick runs up to him. He's, "What are you doing?" Pulling him back and yelling at him, and then she got him away from me. And then I checked on Lyric to make sure he was okay. Then I went back.
Was it like his wife or like a
his,
worker?
his girlfriend.
Okay.
And do you want to ask the color of the girl too?
She's obviously Asian.
No, she was white. She's a white girl.
Yeah.
She's a white girl.
Asians and whites avoid conflict. You know,
I don't think whites
if she
do.
was a black woman, she'd be standing behind him
true.
going, beat his ass. Beat his ass, Chauncey.
So my wife's also yelling too and screaming, but obviously
I was gonna ask where Tracy was.
Oh
during
yeah,
all
she
this.
was yelling and screaming, but she was consoling Lyric because he was freaking out. A fucking adult pushed him down on the ground. Okay, anyway, so then she gets him out of there, and then this other mother comes up to me and she's like, "If I was you," and she's like whispering,
I'd fuck him up.
If she said that, I might have. I wanted to, but the little more of the story. She comes up to me. She's like, "I would press charges on this guy. I would do something. You can't just let
Really?
that go." So then I was like, I didn't think about that at all. I never even press charges on
You're
someone.
like, hold up, I can live in financial freedom if I just sue this guy.
That's not. I'm not suing. I'm pressing charges. So like, he'd have criminal. He would go to. He'd pay a fine, go to jail, depending upon the circumstances.
Right. I'm sure this isn't his first offense.
That's
beating kids up at the fucking jumpy park.
And that's why I wanted to ask him. Like, you probably beat your own kid up. Why the fuck are you so angry that a little kid pushed your kid? Anyway, then after she said that, then I turned around. The dude is like calming down, and I was like, all right, fuck that. Since I can't do anything to you physically, I'm pressing charges. And then he starts going, because Tracy, my wife's still in his face yelling at him after I was consoling Lyric and this woman was talking to me. He was like, ma'am, he pushed my kid. I'm sorry. And then he was like all apologetic and trying to like calm the situation down.
You didn't want the cops called.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
one wants the
So
cops
then-
called. I'm with this guy on this
he
one.
He went from being the hoodest motherfucker in the place
Yep.
to
Yep.
acting like he's talking to a probation officer.
Exactly. Like he was talking to a judge. And then I go up to the manager there, and then they get the cops.
Pull the tape, motherfucker.
Okay, I'll get to that. So
I love you, Jay.
So when he found that out, and then I got to the manager. The manager has security guards come over. The lady ran to the area where you exchange your tokens for your tickets for candy and toys and shit. So she got that, she got her shit out right away, and then they just ran out of the building. Her, the son, and
She
the
had to
dad.
go cash the tickets in first.
That's what I said.
She had to get her fucking
yes.
Tootsie Rolls.
Yes,
Fucking-
exactly. Yes.
Fucking white people, man.
Love
so
them,
ridiculous.
Love them lemon
He was
lime
already
Tootsie Rolls.
He was already gone. She
was
was the one
waiting in the
cashing out the
car.
tickets. Yeah. So he
She's
was
like, how many we got on this card?
she's gonna have to come back for the rest of them. I only saw her get like 6 Tootsie Rolls, so I'm pretty sure she's got more on there. But anyway, they're gone. I waited for another hour. I don't want to make this story too long. Waited for another hour for the cops to come. They finally came. Got my story. I was like, this and that. I told them the cops the story, everything I told you guys. The cop's like, this is the first thing the cop says to me. He's like, you know what? No one's hurt. Everyone's fine. If I was you, I would just let this go and not do anything at all.
Yeah, that's what a cop would say.
I'm like, motherfucker. The first thing I thought was like, you just don't want to do paperwork. I'm not disrespecting cops in Waukesha at all, but I hate this motherfucker. I tell you right now, he was the biggest piece of shit I've ever encountered in police, whatever, in my life. He didn't want to do anything. He's like, I don't care. I'm like, what if this guy has warrants? What if this guy's, a fugitive or like a child abuser, like you said, or whatever? Don't you want to know where he is or
He
find him?
ran for a reason.
Yes, exactly.
Like, wouldn't he want to? If someone was accusing me of some police shit, and they're gonna call the cops, I'd be like, all right, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you really want to fucking
You're like,
big
I
bank
already
takes
called
little
them.
bank over here,
I
buddy.
already called them.
Yeah, okay. Like,
I
whatever
already
you
called
want
them
to do.
on your fucking kid.
You want to start this? You want to escalate it? You're going to fucking... All right, we're going
So
to
the
battle
cop-
then, buddy, because the cops aren't the last people you call. The lawyers are, because you could have fucking harassed me in public and waste my day.
Exactly. And the cop was for 10 minutes trying to get me not to press charges. So it's like, fuck that. I'm pressing charges. He's got all my information. He's going to call me the next day. He's like, maybe you'll cool down and change your mind. That was his last thing he said to me. So then I called him up. I was like, no, I still want to press charges, blah, blah, blah. Got the tape out. They looked at the fucking footage. And he was like,
It was blocked by a balloon.
it was sort of blocked. Yes, it was in a bad angle. But he's like, all I could see was your kid pushed his kid, and then I couldn't really see him because he
Pit.
ended up in the pit. So it's just gonna be his word against yours, and then he's gonna say that he was defending his kid because he thought he was gonna get hurt or something. So the cop kept trying to get me out of this, and I was talking to the cop for like 2 or 3 days about trying to get
Jeez,
something
man.
happened. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm done." Tracy, you want to call him? Tracy calls him up, yelling, screaming at him, and then she ends up. I don't know what she all said to him, but she ends up hanging up on him or calling him his name and hanging up on him or whatever it was, and we haven't talked to him since because he literally does not want to do
Well,
anything.
I'm gonna tell you, this may come as a surprise to you, but Waukesha has more than one cop.
I know.
You can call and say,
I know.
"Can I talk to anybody
Supervisor.
but
I know.
Detective Peterson?"
I agree. But at this point, you know what? I feel like karma will come back to this piece of shit. Something bad
I'm
will happen
sure
to
he's
him.
already in jail.
Maybe. Maybe.
If he's just going around and if you've never been to an urban air or a trampoline park, they're busy
nuts.
as fuck.
They're fucking
There's
crazy.
so many people in there. And if this dude is fucking gangster enough
To
to
push
go
a
in and
kid?
beat the shit,
Yeah.
when you're a black dude, you're beating the shit out of a white kid. Like,
It was bad, dude.
if it would have been a black kid he pushed, everybody had just thought like, oh, that's his own kid. Like, he's disciplining his own kid and
Maybe.
might have just brushed it off. A little fucking fair-skinned, blonde-headed kid getting fucking tackled
Well, Jay
from behind
Jay
on a
did
fucking
say
balance
earlier
beam.
that he got up in his face, so I'm picturing this guy as like the guy who played.
Jay's standing on a chair. Not so big now, motherfucker.
I told Tracy to get on her knees, and I stood on her back.
You told Tracy on her knees. She's like, I don't do that.
I knew I shouldn't have said that.
So then you got in another fight after the cops left?
Oh, this is different. This is a totally different story.
Unrelated.
Unrelated, completely unrelated. This one's a little shorter. I went to a wave game for my son's birthday, my other son's birthday, because their birthdays are a week apart, 2 weeks apart. The youngest one. We went to a wave game. After a wave game, you can go down to the field and get
For our international fans, please explain
Okay.
what a wave game is.
I don't like them.
It's
I mean, I don't hate them. I just,
professional indoor soccer.
yeah. Semi-professional.
No, it's professional. It's the
professional?
toppest of the top of indoor soccer in the United States.
They're also going to the playoffs, so they're actually doing pretty good. So people are actually kind of
They won the
attention.
league like
I was
28
at-
years in a row.
What?
Yeah. They won it like 20 years in a row.
Really?
Yeah.
Milwaukee? And there's like hundreds of teams, aren't there?
Well, I think there's like 16 teams. or
what?
something.
In the United States?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
It's not the
weird.
most popular sport, but don't you know? Indoor soccer, hockey soccer. It's not. It's a fun sport to watch.
I
It's
was
great.
at the former owner of the Waves house last week.
Really?
Yeah.
And what were you doing?
Owner of the Wave, Gilbert Brown.
No,
Wait,
Boy
I
named-
can't line this up.
a guy named Jim Lindenberg.
Mm.
Lindy
Lindenberg?
Enterprises.
There you go.
Fucking great guy, I think.
Lots and lots of
He
money.
always pays on
Yeah,
time.
lots and lots of money makes you a great guy.
You
The
like it
people
because
that
he
owe
pays
money.
you on time. That's why.
Yeah.
Eh? So, okay. So after the game, you can go down to the field and get autographs from the players. There's a 20-minute timeline for you to get autographs from these players. And there's long lines for each player. Oh, the most popular players, I should say. Like if you want the mascot's fucking autograph, there's 2 people waiting. So Lachlan, my youngest, wanted the one of the most popular players, and it was a long fucking line. We were standing in this line. We started off in his line. We were waiting for probably 12 minutes out of the 20 you get. Okay, so 12 minutes in, we're 8 people deep from the signature, and this lady comes up, and I don't know if it's her daughter, but they come, like when you, so you move out of the way for people to walk through the line when you're in like lines and like really busy
people
places.
are trying to go across the line.
Yeah, so that's what I did for this person because I thought they were gonna completely go through the line and go somewhere else. Instead, they went and stood right in front of me. Stopped.
Yeah, we call that a Kavanaugh.
But here's the thing, I let it go. I was like, I was mad.
You're like, it's just one signature in front of me. No big deal.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, fine. You know what? What a fucking dick. You're a bitch. Fine, whatever. Let it. Fine. But
my kid's birthday. I'm just gonna let it slide.
I'm a nice guy. I let that shit. I let that shit go. Just skip her. Fuck it. You pick your battles. This wasn't my battle. Especially it was a girl. It was two girls, obviously. And then a guy comes up. Okay, a fucking dude comes up with two more girls. Stands right in front of me, and they have shit to sign. And
he's with the lady who skipped.
Yeah, all together. Yeah. Yep. So they're standing in line ahead of me. It's been 20 seconds, and I'm like, I'm just like, it's bubbling. Just my anger.
And they got those big canvas IKEA bags full of articles to sign.
Oh, I was just bubbling.
Like all these items are already listed on eBay.
What are you gonna get for a wave signature? Oh
I don't know.
God.
You waited 20 minutes for one.
For my son. I wouldn't do it for myself. So
that's worth $10 to cut the line.
So I tapped the girl ahead of me on the shoulder. Maybe I shouldn't have touched the little
and
girl.
She screamed rape.
The kid?
Yeah, just the kid, because I wanted to know.
Tell your mom to get the fuck out of line.
I wanted to know if she was just waiting with them. I want to know if she was just waiting with them or if she was actually getting a signature herself. So like double skipping, So I was like, so are you getting a signature? And she's like, yeah. So then I was like, that's it. So I looked at the dad and I was like, hey. And he looks at me. He's like, what the fuck do you want? And I was like, so you think it's all right that you're skipping in front of me with the line that you should have been started, 10 minutes back? You think that's okay? And he's just smiling, looking at me like whatever, shut up. This is a wave game. Who cares? But I'm like, I look at him like, my son and I have been waiting here for 12 fucking minutes to get the signature of his favorite player. And you just walk in front of me like it's nothing and expect no outcome or no one to say anything to you. You think that's okay? And you think that's all right to teach your fucking kids that shit? And I'm just like, I'm lecturing them.
My kids are winners.
I'm lecturing this guy, literally lecturing him. And he's just kind of looking at me all like, he started to get a little scared. Like, and again, I don't know why I'm intimidating, because usually I'm like
a
foot shorter than most people.
You should see how big that ball gets when you get angry. It's like,
but I was
really
like, it has its own vein system.
I was lecturing this guy in a very stern, mean, angry way.
Did you roll up your sleeve to show him the rest of the tattoos?
I had my jacket on. I had no tattoo showing. So he was not intimidated by a koi fish at all. And he just like totally blocked me out, turned around, and then the little girl, she might have been 13, 14. She starts talking shit to me. She's like,
listen up, white boy, you fucking old man.
She was a white girl.
What do you
too.
like?
Whatever. You're still a white boy.
I am a white boy. She was just like looking at me, giving me a dirty face. She's like, who the fuck are you? I know him. I like to get his fucking autograph when you fucking see him next time. And then like I just started getting in like, okay, so I'm trying to block her out of the way because I can't even talk to a little child. So then I'm starting to get the guy. I want the guy.
So then you
focused.
tackle that kid.
I heard this was okay.
I should have pushed that kid as hard as I fucking could. Right? I didn't think about that till right now, Tony. Thanks. I should have pushed that
That's how you
fucking
resolve
kid. I could have
conflicts with
easily got
children.
away with it. That guy did.
That's how you resolve conflicts with children.
Just push him in the back.
Wait until they turn around and they're not paying attention, and then you crush them.
So I keep getting this guy's attention. I'm like, I want the dad
Now
to
you're
say something
throwing
back.
stuff at them.
Yeah, I'm saying stuff to him, and I want him to say something back to me. He would never say anything back to me at all. He was terrified of my anger. I was just like, "Come on, man, come on, Cletus."
You didn't
Come
say
on,
shit to his
Cletus."
wife. Did his wife
No,
even turn around?
Why didn't you
That-
just
okay, that's
step in front
that's
of
the-
him if you wanted him to do something about it?
Because I would
skip him.
I'd have to take out 2 kids to do that. I'd have to throw them to the side.
We've
They were
learned
right
that's
in front of-
okay.
So yeah, that is at the end. At the end, the daughter starts like swearing at me, like screaming and swearing at me, and then the mom.
Did the daughter say, "Catch me outside"? How about that?
And then, so I'm alone with my son here. I didn't say that at the beginning because my wife was getting autographs from other people for my other sons because the fucking lines are long, right? So then the little girl's screaming, swearing at me, and I'm like, fuck this, and I start yelling at her back, and then her mom grabs her and then suffocates her face to make her shut up. And then
The kid.
Yeah, the kid. And then takes her out of there.
They get out of line
No, they got the autograph.
still before you.
No, I'm telling you, this was right before. Like, they skipped the line 2-3 people before the autograph came. So they were like, our argument happened.
As you're like
As
getting
we're
a
getting-
fucking ball
So,
side.
yes.
What
So-
a memory for your kid.
So can I ask you this? Was it? Are you positive that one of the people in front of you weren't the placeholder for him? Because like I've done that.
No. Remember when I told you?
stand in this line?
Okay, yes. That's what my
and
wife
then
said
the
to
whole
me.
family comes.
That's
You
what
can't do that.
You can't do that either, but that would be more respectful than what they did. But remember I told you, though,
Yeah.
how she was like, I was letting her get through the line because I thought she was going to walk to a different line. Instead, she stops and stands right in front of me.
Yeah.
Never.
I know you told me you welcomed that lady into your line.
I didn't welcome into the line.
Well,
I
you
wanted her to
did.
go through the fucking line.
You did.
I wanted her to go through the fucking
You
line.
obviously weren't nuts to butts in this line.
I let that part go. But then I don't.
And then the whole
After
family
2
comes.
kids, what if 5 more came? I can keep letting that shit happen?
You know, whenever I'm at we'll just say Walmart. All right. We're going to use Walmart as an example because I won't use the self-checkout line because fuck that. So I stand in the extra long line
Why won't you self-checkout? They're way faster.
I don't fucking work there. If I use self-checkout, I'm stealing whatever the fuck I have.
They're not allowed, and
I'm just a bad employee. That's all.
they're not allowed to look at your receipt either. It's a
But
law.
so I'll send Chase over by the line, just holding like one candy bar and kind of do like looking at the lady's whole carton, and she'll see his one candy bar and she'll be like, "Go ahead, little boy."
Sure, of course. I would do
Yeah.
that too.
And then as soon as he clears that space for me, then I come in with the double carts.
Be like, thanks, buddy. Thanks for holding our spot, kiddo.
I'm like, no, this is my son.
I would
like he was
love to
holding
see
the
you do
line.
that.
The only line, there's like
I've let my family out of the car in busy parking. Like we parked like super far away, and then we walk up and there's like a really good spot right up front. I left my whole family in that spot to go get the truck before.
I'm not.
I have. I don't give a
Why
fuck.
you walk back and
fuck.
twice, 3
Dude,
times to your car then?
That's so disrespectful, Tony.
The
You can't
only
s-
the only places that I skip in is 2 different places, and I found and it's where there's not really an organized line. So going into concerts,
DMV. Okay.
Quick Trip.
if I've waited, I feel like I've earned it some way. At least I've tricked my brain to feel like it's okay because I go to these places and I've waited in line in my day. But now I'm kind of a veteran. I could be like, hey, James, Ricky, Susan, what's up?
Oh, walk
Boom.
in front of people.
I'm in, right? So that's skipping. but it's me like going in pretending that someone that I kind of know was my placeholder.
Okay, did you know these people at all? Though?
Yeah, sure. It's always you got to catch someone you
Okay,
know
so-
for the cheat to work in your brain that it's okay.
Okay,
Like,
so yeah-
oh, fucking Bill, I haven't seen you in forever. What's up, man? And then, oh, we're going in. All right, cool. Yeah, let's go in.
That's fine to do. I agree.
And then Summer Camp Music Festival, because for some reason there's this sign that says entrance here, and there's like a big field going towards the line. And then there's people who respectfully, I suppose, come early and line up along the fence and go fucking. So if I park my car here, I'm not going to walk all the way to the end of the line to come in. I just kind of go where the entrance, this sign says go in. So those are the only times I find skipping okay.
So let me
this
ask
sounds
you-
like they knew him, so they're like, oh, I can skip into Bill's line.
So let me ask you a question. When you're, all right, let's just pretend you're slumming it, and you're at a buffet.
Oh, I love to be at. I would.
Okay.
That's slumming it.
All right.
I don't think
I can't afford buffets, man. Them things are like $23.
a buffet line is different because if
Oh, is
someone
it?
wants something ahead of you, what you're waiting for or getting,
Like a signature.
no, but there's not a buffet of signatures. There's one signature. It's like you're waiting for one piece of food. It's not a buffet.
Are
So-
there lines at the buffet? I guess it's a buffet line.
So
Yeah, but you can skip at a
So
buffet.
do you like skip over someone
No,
who's like
like-
struggling with the spaghetti to get the last one, and you're like, I don't need spaghetti. I'm going for fucking red potatoes right around spaghetti guy. That I'm good with.
I like how you
If
just say
spaghetti's like
red potatoes.
Spaghetti's trying to scoop the last noodle.
right,
Can't
They
figure
keep
out what he's
sliding off
doing.
the-
Skipping spaghetti guy, get my potatoes.
that's what I'm saying. Like you're at a wedding, and they got the one.
Oh no,
the
you can't
long-
fuck with the wedding. You got to be dismissed and
They
invited.
got the long table with the double sided. Like, do you wait completely in that line,
Yeah,
or
even if you're not getting salad or bread, you wait
you
for
don't-
everyone to
you
get
don't
their
go
salad.
around?
No,
I go around.
I'm gonna go around?
not at
I
a
go
wedding.
around.
Not at a wedding.
Oh, at a wedding, that's different. Yeah,
Well,
at a
I'm
buffet.
using a wedding as an example. It could
No,
be-
that's totally
it could be
different.
a
You can't use
charity
that as an
fundraiser.
example.
It could be a charity fundraiser.
That's not a wedding.
That's different. I'll
That's
do it
different.
at a fundraiser.
Okay.
A wedding? No, your wedding is.
So there's this thing I go to every year. It's called the Taste of Italy. It's at the Italian Community Center.
Okay.
And basically what it is all these independent Italian food makers. And some of them are like a fucking sewing club that makes whatever, spaghetti. And then this one's a rigatoni. And then this one's a veal parmesan.
Sounds like a.
And they all have tables. You buy tickets. You go up. You hand them, 1, 2, 3 tickets. They give you a little sample size plate of food, and you get a big tray, and you fill this thing up with like fucking 10 little samplers, and
I
you
like
go
it.
back. It's amazing. It's like
I
my
wanna
family
go.
does it. Well, we're going in a couple weeks. You want in?
Think so.
All right.
how, much,
Giddy
how,
up.
how much is it?
It's like $1 a ticket, and everything's like 2, 3 tickets.
$20.
To get fed?
Yeah.
Italian meal? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, we blow through like $40 worth.
Is
of
it real
tickets.
Italians making these meals, or is it
Some
like
of them.
Polish Italians?
Some of them are Olive Garden Italian.
like me.
There's
Polish
all kinds of
Italian.
Italians.
Fazoli breadsticks. Oh, man.
So this thing, it's set up in a banquet room, and it's a big fucking banquet room. And there's probably 50 tables in this room. And they line the perimeter. So it makes like a big U shape going around this whole banquet room.
Oh, you can
and-
bop to anyone you
And
want.
everybody gets in line and goes through the entire line to get around.
No, that's the wrong way. If
To-
you want
to
if you
get
like
your-
Bill's fucking Bill's my name today. If you like Bill's spaghetti, just go
Yeah.
to his fucking line.
Dude, and I just walk up to the ones that I want.
Simple.
Yeah.
And I get my
Simple.
shit and I move on. I'm not waiting in a 45-minute line with everybody at the pasta station when I'm trying to get my goddamn calamari.
Yeah, because your pasta, if you did, your pasta will be cold by the time you get
No
the
doubt.
calamari.
So
anyways.
I do that and I get nothing
Don't
but
you
dirty looks.
Popping up, isn't that what you do?
I get
One plate
nothing
at a
but
time.
dirty looks. And I'm just like, say something.
Calamari.
I've never been in a fight.
That's kind of awkward.
All I want to know is why is calamari a Italian dish?
Because Italians will bread anything.
That's octopus, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Baby squid or
Ooh.
baby octopus, one, two.
I think it's both.
That's so gross. You eat that?
It's delicious fried
Oh,
up.
it's like chewed up. It's like fucking chewing rubber.
Well, you haven't had it made by Italians with some nice red sauce.
It's not the best. It's there.
I still wouldn't.
It's good.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah,
It's my go-to.
I don't think I would eat it.
So during all these things, guys, I got a kind of a question here that's kind of deep. Now,
Let's end it with that. This pod.
so all of these conflicts that have occurred, during those conflicts, undoubtedly, unless I'm alone in this, you kind of talk to yourself a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's getting under my skin
Sure.
or whatever, right? So, question. Is the voice in your head your voice? Is it a voice or are you reading it? What do you say? Is it your voice? Do you hear your dumb ass in your head like
Yeah.
talking? It's your voice?
It's my voice either. It depends on the day, but it's my voice either telling me to punch them in the face or trip them when they're walking past.
But
you.
it's your voice. It's like your
It's more of
decibel,
a
your
it's more of a sinister.
inflection.
It's more of a sinister kind of. Yeah,
Tony's over there thinking right now. That's what I did. I said so.
What the-
Katie asked me this question,
No, I'm
and
wondering
I
something
started
completely
think
different, but it's definitely my voice.
it's not my voice in my head.
Mine's a softer version of my voice that's way more angry.
It's more gentle sounding, more angry.
Yeah.
How could you get any softer in your voice, Tony? Or at least mellow, more.
It's
more,
like a radio station smooth jazz version
That's
of
kind of
me.
how you
Really?
are right now.
Yeah.
See, mine's not my voice. I don't think.
What is it?
I
Like
don't think it has an
Does it have an-
audible sound.
Does it have an accent?
It's not an audible sound.
What
It's
is
a
it?
British woman.
It's
What would you do in this
because-
situation?
my thoughts come faster than the words could be spoken, so
gonna have-
I
you know what?
don't think of the words, so I don't hear myself say them. It just happens. Like I could
gonna-
think of thoughts way faster than I could verbalize them. Like even faster if I talk like the Microchip Man. I can't get them out faster than my thought goes, so my thought doesn't have a sound. Like it doesn't have a voice.
I'm gonna think about that next time, and I'm gonna give my voice a Scottish accent. Like
Your
go in the middle of that-
internal.
go in the middle of that
dialogue?
field. Yeah, go in the middle of that field right there. Put your head between your legs and kiss your on arse. Imagine if I did that all of a sudden, just broke that out without, first off talking, American, and then just Scottish. What would you do? Like, it would fuck you up. It would be like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? I can't mess with him because he's weird. And he's
This
probably
mentally unstable
psycho.
individual gets
Yeah.
an accent
You're
when he gets
talking.
angry.
If your internal voice starts talking out loud, you're legitimately talking to yourself. Then you're fucked.
Yeah, Tang, we hear a lot of voices in our heads, especially on this podcast. But that's our Tuesday show for the podcast internet show. But God, you know what? If Chris.
All right, everybody. So for a second here, we're just gonna hit pause on this thing over here. You're not even gonna notice on the YouTube. This is where we reset the room, get it back. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep tuning in here. We're gonna continue along. Thanks for tuning in on the audio podcast. We appreciate you every Tuesday and Thursday tuning in on your ears. And yeah,
Perfect.
peace out. 3 Dimes Reviews.
See ya.
3dimesreviews.com.
See you Thursday. Thanks, Chris, for doing that for me.
So you stay here.
Don't move.
You stay here. You stay right here.
All right. We're back.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of 3 Dimes, the most exciting podcast you've heard all week.
I was helping you if you wanted to read off something.
Don't forget to tell your friends about it, and thanks for tuning in. On this week's podcast, we're going to continue talking about what's happened to us over the last 3 weeks. We've been gone. Tony went on vacation. Jay got in fights. I haven't talked much about what I've been up to because actually I wasn't doing shit.
I didn't get any fights, but I got in a little,
You called the
I think they're
officers of
called-
the law.
I think they're called near misses.
Near misses.
Near miss altercations.
So looking back, you think either of these guys could have taken you?
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck
Dude,
no. I
Jay's
will fight.
squirrely.
Listen to me. I will fight you until you have to kill me, knock me out.
I've heard you've been stabbed and survived.
Yeah, I've been stabbed. Never
That's
been
why
shot.
he's got that tattoo for the tramp stamp that says Survivor.
Wait,
He's been
right
stabbed so many
right-
times
right-
below the.
right above my. That's where my stab is. Right above my ass.
Yeah, Survivor.
Should I write that above the scar in a tattoo form?
You should.
Survivor. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
All right. And I'll show it to you too, because I actually have a couple of them. So what would I do for the second stabbing? Because I have like 3
Different
pretty-
incidences.
No, same instance.
Just
but
put
I
the word
I just got
again.
gashed.
And again. I survived. Again. Survivor. Again and again.
I just if I'm angry enough, you have to kill me or knock me out to stop me from coming at you. I will not stop. I won't.
Yo, so speaking of stabbings, did you hear about this stabbing that happened in San Francisco?
No.
There was a stabbing in
Tell me
San
more.
Francisco. You know, San Francisco really doesn't have any rules, right?
Yeah.
Like you can do drugs.
Isn't that
and-
where you live, Tang?
It's all homeless.
and like no one's gonna give a fuck about what you're doing, right? So there's not really like a nice part of town or like a safe part of town because like there's no rules. So there's this guy. So my mind goes straight to conspiracy, but you guys let me know what you think. This guy's name is Bob Lee. He was the creator of Cash App. You know
Oh.
Cash App?
That's
Yeah.
a newer one too. But anybody
He also worked for like Google as an engineer. He helped develop this new app that was coming out. He's 30 or 40, 43 years old. He was a chief product officer in the startup Mobile Coin. And he was randomly stabbed.
do it again.
To death?
Randomly.
Or
yes.
is he also a
fatally
survivor?
stabbed? Non-survivor.
He's showing you his fingers, Tony, when he's saying this.
He 2:35 in the morning though. So
Well, nothing
I didn't
good
know. I
happens
thought it
after
happened in the
midnight.
middle of the day. But still, dude, how ridiculous. This guy, you know how like these famous rich people who are like innovating shit just disappear, get killed, or die.
Yeah, like the guy
Like,
that
how
took everyone's
random.
crypto.
Like how
One of those
random is
crypto
this
things?
that this guy just got fucking stabbed up? Do you think it's random? You think it was
Oh,
plotted?
it's planned, and he's living on an island
Nah,
in the
man.
Caribbean.
Oh,
It
you
was-
think it was a disappearing act?
It was over a
That's
girl.
what I
dude.
would
It's
do.
always over a girl. Jay, why'd you get stabbed?
Yeah, it's over a girl.
Over a girl.
Well, I didn't want the girl. She caused it.
Right. But it was over a girl.
Yeah,
It wasn't like you being fucking crazy about the girl. It was just
No.
over a girl.
Yeah, she was just talking shit about me.
Did you guys hear about this other conspiracy?
People only get stabbed or shot or die over a girl or money.
Girl or money?
That's
That's
it.
how violence is
There's
from.
no other reasons.
My brother worked or lived in an apartment
Respect. Money, power, respect. Power is the woman, right?
on Booth
Money.
Street. On Booth Street, and he
Oh,
had.
we just worked on Booth.
No, you didn't. You worked on Booth.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
In River West.
Okay, so you're in the better side of Booth, but I'm talking about Booth off
like Burleigh.
of
Booth
Locust.
and Burleigh.
I'm talking about Locust and Booth. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's the same.
bad.
Yeah. It was real bad.
Anyway, he had to move up.
Hey. So remember when you worked like 2
Yeah.
blocks off of Booth?
Yeah.
When you
That wasn't Booth.
it wasn't, but it was 2 blocks from Booth.
Oh,
That same interior designer
what is she getting?
lives
these
on
jobs?
Booth.
What?
Yeah, we did her house.
Maybe Booth's
On
gotten
Booth.
better since the
It
Nope.
hasn't.
early
Rent's just
2000s.
cheap. Rent's just cheap.
Anyway, my brother had to move out of there because the guy got shot and down breaking into the house. He got shot and fucking trying to come breaking in the stairway. And
Your brother shot him.
No, his roommate shot the shit out of him.
Nice.
Anyway, go ahead,
I
Chris.
mean, that
Sorry.
sucks. I don't know. I
It was
don't know
on
what
Booth.
to think about it.
So there's another conspiracy in town. You know how they used to have at Little Caesars the pretzel crust?
Oh, what is this?
Domino's
So-
is selling cups of crust now.
Cups?
Cups.
Like a cupcake
Bro.
pizza?
Just the crust. They look like mozzarella sticks in a fry container. It's just pieces of crust.
Weird.
That sounds disgusting.
What are they doing with all the pizza?
Turning it into more crust.
So
They just keep cutting the crust off and then making that smaller pizza.
Oh my God.
Cut the crust off, make that smaller pizza.
weird. What, for
Innovative.
why?
What's the conspiracy,
People love crust.
Chris?
So the people, the internet, the savages on the internet are like, we want pretzel crust.
Oh, they've done that at Pizza Hut.
And Little Caesars
ago.
was like, I know you like that pretzel crust, but we're not ready. It's seasonal. Just fucking wait. We want pretzel crust. And then they started talking about how, does corn belong on pizza?
Yes.
So they have come out with a new
That was real?
corn cob pizza crust.
That was real?
You seen it? I sent
You
it to
sent
you.
it to me. I thought that was a joke.
Dude.
That is not real. Can you show a picture?
Interesting pizza crust options. The corn cob crust.
That's not real.
Twitter, Little Caesars. Little Caesars new corn cob crust
Okay.
pizza has the internet split.
I don't get it.
Dude, it's live. They're out there. We should have got it.
I still don't get it though.
Everybody wants corn on pizza. Why?
All you have to basically what you're doing
All they
is
did was put corn
next
cobs
to a
around
pizza.
a pizza.
Yeah, like they have a pizza and they cook corn and put it around it. How can you eat
TikToker,
it with a pizza? How is it attached?
TikToker,
Somehow?
How Kev Eats posted a video of him trying out the corn
now
cob
now you
pizza,
have to show me that.
explaining it
I gotta
tastes
see
like
that.
cornbread and does in fact come with the 2-liter butter,
Can I see it?
although he never showed it on camera.
What the fuck?
Here we go.
Okay.
There he is, dude, getting it down. He's eating the corn cob crust
Wow,
pizza.
it's cut into the corn too. That is fucking okay. So, why does the pizza look like cardboard?
What a fucking waste.
Okay, no. How does he start eating? When does he start eating?
Oh,
the
there he did.
corn?
He just ate it. It's right on there. Oh, shit. So there you go.
I don't like that. I
That's
don't like
the
it.
fucking controversies that are out there on the internet.
I don't like it.
Oh, Jay, I thought of you when I saw this one too. Hold on here.
14 tips you need when making burritos. Why?
So I was going to go over some of these tips if we didn't have anything to talk about to make sure that you approved of their tortilla making and
I don't know anything about tortilla making.
burrito making.
All I know how to do is roll a burrito within 3 seconds. I was
Let's see what
I was
else.
the fastest rolling burrito guy in Qdoba.
Yeah,
Hands
I'll
down.
bet.
Hands
I'll
down.
bet.
I could throw everyone on that burrito.
All right, so you guys were talking about it. YouTube pranker guy who was stealing things on the internet. Jay sent some videos to us where the guy basically goes into Walmart and asks an associate to help him steal, and he stuffs
Yeah.
like paper plates
Yeah.
up his shirt. Have you guys ever heard of the YouTuber Tanner Cook?
No.
So his shtick is he goes into like malls, pranks on people, and he can get pretty aggressive. Like he fucks with people pretty hard. I've seen actually a couple of his videos. He's 21 years old. Well, this guy is known for recording comical escapes at malls.
What does that mean?
He was recording a prank on Sunday for his YouTube involving Google's Translate feature. When a 31-year-old guy named Alan Colley became offended and reportedly shot him in the abdomen.
Oh my
So
God.
he like hidden video cameras himself going to malls and try to have fun doing goofy stuff with people to get them to laugh at his videos.
I can't imagine not more people have been shot or killed from the shit that I've seen people do.
That's why I don't even fuck with road rage, man.
They kicked him off of TikTok. TikTok took the fucking producer side. They kicked this guy off TikTok.
Good. Fuck him.
He's been permanently banned from TikTok. Yeah, dude. He literally went in there to cause a prank and got his ass shot.
Good.
The prankster?
Yeah. Fuck him.
I seen.
You can't fuck with people. You can't even road rage with somebody. What happens if you fuck around and end up fucking with Jay?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
you get Jay mad enough. Then you got this wild ass pit bull dog.
he'll change into his lifted Skechers and get right in your face.
Jay's been fucking stabbed. What am I gonna do to that guy?
Listen. If it's in the family car, usually my wife's driving because it's her car. So I don't do anything. I usually tell her to calm down and don't fucking beep because we're
Don't
gonna
kill
get
my
all
children.
shot.
Don't kill my children because you're fucking mad somebody's driving the speed limit.
Dude, man, women are so angry when they drive, especially my wife. And you know what? The reason why I don't drive,
My wife never gets angry. You always say women do things, and then I find that my wife does none of these things.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize for saying that.
Your wife gets nuts in the car.
My wife gets
my
nuts
mom
in the car.
does too. So does my grandma.
That's why I don't drive her car. Because when I drive her car, I go the wrong way or take the wrong turn or not park close enough. Whatever it is, I get fucking screamed at.
No wonder you get in fights with kids. You letting your wife drive you around all day, dude? That's got to be infuriating.
Oh, it's so much faster.
I'm not a big fan of letting the wife drive.
Oh,
man.
she drives everywhere.
Oh, I
drives
can't.
everywhere.
She accelerates too hard.
You know
she
how
brakes
much
too
I can
fast.
do?
She changes lanes wrong. I'm just not. No thanks. I'll
Listen,
drive.
you got all this time in the car. Okay. You got all this time in the car where now you're driving. You can't do shit but drive.
It's true.
I'm on my phone making money. I don't know, gambling. I don't know, doing stuff
Selling
that
pictures of your feet.
selling pictures of
Foot finder.
my profile, of
You
the
should
size of my
start selling
nose.
these socks that you throw away.
No one wants my used socks.
They come with free 40 cents worth of pennies.
All you got to do is have your wife take a picture holding them. You'll get good money.
Yeah. He ain't wrong, dude.
It's clickbait. I can't get her to do clickbait for me. You know what?
It's
Maybe
not
one day.
clickbait. It's fucking
Doesn't
ka-ching bait.
Doesn't she love your family?
Doesn't she want to have lots of money?
Don't you want expendable income? What's better than selling socks you were going to throw away
Tony.
anyway?
It's respect.
For
Fine.
what?
Fine.
For-
Can I get them socks? I'm gonna have my wife take a picture. I'm gonna picture of my wife with them and. put
Yeah,
them on
do
the
that.
internet.
Okay,
I'm too
I'll
cheap to get rid of any of my socks.
You know what? You can take off.
I know. I got no socks to spare.
Listen, I'll give you the socks off of my feet right now. I just put them on. I think I wore them twice.
All right, I'm in.
You can have 'em.
I'm gonna sell them on eBay.
They're really
Our
thin.
time's tough. You're wearing them a second time now.
Dude, I can't find a matching pair ever. It's so annoying.
Oh, do you know what's the worst about this is that the day you choose to be like, all right, no fucking spares today. When they come out naked and there's only one, I'm throwing it away. All the wash is done, you think.
Yeah. And then I find
And then you go to then the next week you go or whatever to do wash and you realize that there was a fucking bunch of clothes stuffed inside of the chute and it was the pair, the yellow sock that you like, the fucking Brewer socks, the nice ones, the pairs.
You guys,
So-
you guys would be disgusted at how many times I've thrown away a single sock because I can't find the matching pair.
So we were talking the other week about how I'm very addicted to my routines
Oh yeah.
and I don't stray from them. And like I told you about my closet, like my closet is completely
Color coordinated, match.
organized and color
I'm just gonna
coordinated.
say this,
and
and I think I remember this. You're hanging T-shirts. That's a fucking disease, dude. Don't hang T-shirts.
they're
dude.
all hung.
That's a fucking disease.
And then the problem is you take them out the neck and you stretch the neck out.
You get hanger nipples on them.
no.
It's a fucking
I got
disease.
special
man.
hangers.
Nah, I'm not game.
So
What kind of special hanger hangs a shirt?
So my shirts go, like white and then grays, and then we get into the greens and then the blues and then into the blacks.
Why did you decide to put the green before blue?
And then because they're lighter in color, they're closer to the whites. The blues are usually pretty dark.
Where's
And
red
then
go?
after my blacks,
Then red?
yeah, red's before black. And then after my black t-shirts starts my long sleeve t-shirts, and then those go for a little bit. I don't have enough of those to color coordinate them, so they're just kind of lumped together. And then it goes to like my button-down Hawaiian shirts.
Oh God.
And then it goes to like my dress clothes.
What do you put in
And
your?
then on the other side of my closet starts like sweater styles.
Who has two sides of a closet?
Me? It has all my sweaters, and then all my
You're
pants are
hanging
hanging.
knits?
Fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
You're
and then all my-
fucked, dude. You're
and then all my
fucked.
pants
There's
are
something
hanging.
wrong with you. I gotta
then-
go. I'm out.
And then you go to the shelf. Then you go to the shelf above, and that's where I got like casual shorts and then like dressy shorts.
Dude,
You
stop
hang
hanging your
shorts?
No, they're not hanging. They're folded.
I was
I
gonna
got
say,
two
how
shelves.
do you? I mean, that's a skill.
And then and then it goes all the way like. Then I got swim trunks, and I got this, and I got that, and then I got all like my random like if I'm gonna fucking paint something t-shirts.
Sure.
So
Folded up
scrubby, your scrubby shit.
But then when you go to my dressers wear clothes, socks, underwear only.
Oh, so you put all your shit you don't care about in your dresser that you
Yeah.
don't have to look at.
But if you open my sock drawer is ridiculous. So I got for work most of the time all winter I wear like white crew socks, right?
You don't ball your socks up together?
No. No.
But how you
I
gonna
will
find
not
the match?
fucking wear them if they're balled up.
Why? Why? Why?
Because it stretches out the elastic, and I ain't down with that shit.
Only one of them is stretched out.
But he's okay with his sweaters being 16 feet long. He likes
need
his
them long.
sweaters like he likes his boobs hanging on the ground.
I got a long
nipples
abdomen.
everywhere. Long nipples hanging everywhere.
But when you go into my sock drawer, so I have my socks laying in their natural state.
Dude,
You know,
maybe I'm the one with the
J.
problem. I have no idea what my sock and underwear drawer looks like.
Hold on, the J of the socks. I have 4 rows of them, and I have.
Why?
This sounds ridiculous now that I'm fucking saying it out loud. But so I have
It's got 3 rows of Lucy's.
I have 3 different types of white socks. I have the ones I bought in like 2018, the ones I bought in 2020, and the ones I got in 2022. And I have, when I put away my socks, I lay them on top. So I have a pile of each sock. So none of them are paired. But I go in there and there's just a stack of 18
That's
socks.
not so bad.
And I grab 2 of the socks. They're always the match. And I go on and I work my way down the 2023 pile because those are the ones that are the nicest. And when those are gone, I know it's about time to start thinking about laundry, and then I dip into the 2020s.
What?
You're never touching the oldies.
I don't get it.
No,
at
those are
all.
like in an emergency. Like my wife's leg's broken and she can't do laundry. Then I got to get into the 2018s, and I don't like them.
So I got a bedside. What are those called? What are you showing? Your black
socks,
He's
dude.
got black socks. So
They're
I
like
black
nylons.
socks are on the end.
These are nylons.
I got a
I have 2 sock drawers too. Also,
Well, I was just
Dude,
gonna
that's gross.
I was just gonna tell you I have a whole what are those tiny little
a caboodle
dressers next to your
nightstand.
Man,
Yeah, I
you
have-
fuckers.
I have
You
a nightstand
fuckers.
in my closet just for socks. So there's 3
Dude, what is
3
wrong with
drawers.
you people?
The first drawer is the one where all the fucked up ones go. The second one is where the balls go. Where
Okay,
they're
question.
together.
Hold on.
And then the third one is brand new socks.
Do you wear socks on your days off?
Yeah,
Like when you're not even going anywhere?
Uh-huh.
No.
No,
you're
I-
fucked.
because if
no,
I don't
I
put
wear-
socks on, that fucks with my routine.
No, your feet get cold. Your feet get cold. Your body gets cold. No, I don't wear socks. I wear slippers. Slippers.
So you're not putting on socks.
If I can't find my slippers.
I don't think I have but 10 pairs of socks, dude. How do you have so many
Oh.
fucking pairs of socks?
I mean, I probably got 70.
I don't
pairs
think
of
I have
socks.
more than 10 pairs.
I
that
got 10
wear.
pairs of socks in the bottom of my car right now.
He's got 10 pairs of socks in that backpack.
In that back under my hat right now is one pair.
I have one drawer of my chest of drawers, the top drawer, which is the smallest one, that contains everything I want to remember, like every ticket stub I have ever gotten. So that's like this
80%
much
of the drawer.
of the drawer. And then all my underpants or boxer briefs and all my socks. in that. That's it.
I have easily, if you
And I
count,
rarely see the bottom of the drawer. How the fuck do you guys
if
have
you
all these
count
socks?
short socks,
There's socks hidden.
long socks, black socks, and dress socks.
What's your obsession?
I have 2 full drawers of socks,
Yeah.
completely organized.
I don't-
Serious?
But,
I don't
but
have-
my short socks also has
Yeah, you gotta have
the
short
wife
socks.
beaters in it.
I only wear long socks for work. I
Yeah.
wear short socks for occasions, going out doing things.
I think we've learned wife beating's not okay. Children beating is okay.
Acceptable.
Not wife beating.
I
I
got-
can't believe you
I got a
fools.
whole-
You're
I got a whole
fucked
drawer
up.
full
You
of
guys
wife
are
beaters.
fucked, dude.
Socks are an important thing in your life. Can you
kidding me?
Nothing smells worse than a fucking pair of shitty fucking old socks, especially when your feet are sweaty, wet, and dirty.
How many
and
pairs
tired.
of shoes are you guys fucking
Ooh,
rocking?
25 maybe.
30-ish.
What?
Yeah, 20.
I've
20
got 2 pairs
25.
of shoes.
One's for cutting grass.
I
and
guess
one's
3
for everything
fair,
else.
Fair, 3 pairs because one's the
I got
grass
standard
pair.
issue New Balances.
I got shoes to cut grass. I don't even have fucking grass.
You guys have 30 pairs of shoes?
Probably.
I said 20.
I guess I do have a brown pair, so
25.
that's 4. Lawn pair, tennis shoes, work black.
You know, I feel like I don't have enough though. I should have more pairs of shoes. I have shoes in boxes.
Are
that I
we
didn't-
counting like sandals and slides and stuff?
No,
Oh,
it's
then I'm more like
tennis shoes.
38.
But I also only have 1 pair of sandals.
My wife has 100 pairs.
I thought I had a bunch of shit. You know what I
100.
got a lot is t-shirts though. I fucking lot of t-shirts.
Yeah,
don't
I
like
do
to
that
go.
too. The
That's
ones-
Your
two,
closet's probably full with hanging t-shirts.
2 full drawers of
No,
t-shirts
you put 'em
folded
t-shirts
in
in drawers.
No,
folded
because
so that
then
they
you
s-
end up wearing the same fucking shirts
No,
all the time.
You don't
I
look
got
through the
I got
fucking
a
drawer?
system like this. It's all in the drawer like this.
Wait, do that again. Now I can see
It's
you.
a file system. They're all vertically. You fold them into those
you do
shape
it
And you're
like
calling
that.
me fucking crazy?
That is kind of weird, Chris. How does that work?
You can just
It
file
doesn't,
through
Jay.
them.
Jay, it doesn't.
But they're shirts. They're not pieces of paper. They.
If you stuff
fall.
them all in a drawer, they fit the drawer.
What if you? What if you haven't done your laundry for a week and you
I
have
don't.
like
Then
3
they fall, then they're falling over, all limp-dicked in the drawer.
My
And then you
what
go to
I'm
put
saying.
one shirt in, you got to take them all out to get them into the
my
file.
laundry
What
machine.
the fuck is wrong
That's
with you?
true. He's right.
My
Tony's
laundry
right.
machine works harder than either of you. That's how my
Oh.
shit gets washed.
Do you
I
wash your own
it.
clothes?
Majority.
That means
not.
no.
They
I
mainly
used
get
to.
washed while he's out of town.
Tony, do you
take
wash your own
turns.
clothes?
Yeah,
You do
Yeah.
your own laundry.
yeah.
Hmm.
So my
Mostly my
father-
wife's been doing it lately.
my father-in-law watches our kid.
Is that
2
because
days
you
a
get-
week. And for a while his washer or his dryer, I don't know, one of them was broke, so he was bringing laundry over. And so I would always
Out of nowhere. I'm sorry, Tony. Norman,
Norman
Bates,
Bates.
with a fucking
somebody's just
with
making names.
with a blade. All of a sudden out of nowhere. Norman Bates out of nowhere with a blade. Okay, Tony, go ahead. Was that you, Chris? Was that you?
No.
What the fuck?
So my father-in-law, I know he's going to bring over laundry, so I had this like cool plan, right? I had this cool plan where I was going to fill
sorry.
up the washer and the dryer to make him
Oh, sorry.
finish my laundry so he could get to do his, right? And I came home and his folding style is so far off from mine. I had to rewash all the clothes to get the right, things were creased wrong,
You're
and
fucked.
he balled my socks, so I had to rewash those.
Because yeah, I'll
to
tell
get
you.
them to shrink back down.
Do you know what I do? Do you know what? There's the only thing I hate worse than the way my wife does laundry is doing it myself. So this will be about the only time and the last time that I attempt to publicly criticize her.
The
for
worst
it.
part about it is folding it and putting it away.
love
Putting it, washing it, it's fine.
I love folding clothes unless it's kids' clothes.
You're
fuck folding kids'
Yeah.
clothes.
When you have kids
When
all
you
the same,
can't get your hands down the pants to pull them back out.
Dude, my 10-year-old can't right side out a sock to save his life. Everything's inside out.
Okay, my struggle is I got all my kids the same fucking size. who knows what case
The
pants
16-year-old
or
and
what
the
pants.
3-year-olds are still in 4T.
Dude, I'm putting the 3-year-olds in the fucking 16-year-olds. I don't have a 3-year-old. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
this is a struggle too because my kid and my wife are becoming to be near the same.
No, my wife did say the other day, and
And
I
these
know
clothes are so stretchy that like a woman's pair of pants is only this big now.
I'm going to say something I know you guys will find funny, but I'm going to say it in a way where I'm trying not to make it funny.
So you don't have to sleep on the couch.
No, it's against me. It's
or I mean the room.
It's against me, so it's nothing to do with her. She said to me the other day, "Ah, Jay, Liam's getting bigger. I'm starting to have a hard time figuring out which pants are yours and which ones are his when I fold them and put them back in the drawer."
Well,
and she's
mine are
asking
the
me,
ones covered in thin satin.
and she's asking me, "Are these yours?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yes, those are mine.
Yeah. I
He's not that. He's fucking. He's like 2 feet shorter than. Maybe not 2 feet. He's shorter than me.
Yeah, but you wear them tight little clothes though.
Schmediums.
True.
So what else has happened while we were away? There was an NCAA tournament.
Dude, I took a vacation.
Tony took a vacation.
Oh, no one watched college. You watch college basketball?
I watched some.
Ugh, I don't watch any.
It's so exciting to watch these kids fucking
They can't
play
even
ball.
dunk.
These kids at the
So
end
you
of the game,
watched it
every
then?
last 20 seconds of every game is fucking like 14 minutes long of timeouts and game planning and strategy. And these kids play hard, but I don't know.
I could never get into college basketball. There's too many. You know how many fucking teams there are in the United States? Thousands.
It's not something to gamble on, is why you know. You can't
True
gamble
that.
on the individuals on your little degenerate gambling apps.
So here's a question for you, Chris. How do you feel about long car rides?
I've done a lot of them, and I'm not a. I like them. I tend to like to drive though. I don't like to
Okay.
sit in the car forever. That can get too much. Like every vacation that I can think of that we've taken, there's like recently we went to Louisville, and it was like
I stayed
8 hours each way, and I
I
drove
stayed
the
in-
whole fucking way.
I stayed in Louisville twice.
Yeah, at the Drury Inn.
No, I didn't stay at the Jury. I stayed at the Residence Inn,
Should
And,
have stayed at the Drury.
East Louisville. By a place called Mall of St. Matthew.
Sure. Okay.
It's a cool place. Super nice.
So what about like?
So we went to the Smoky Mountains. We went to a little town called Pigeon Forge, which was all right.
People want to go there. I
yeah,
want to go
It was like 12 and a half hours each way. Man, it ended up being, I drove almost all of it. I hate driving. I had 32 hours to execute this 24 hours of driving. It was fucking brutal.
there. And you took the wheel the whole way?
Almost. We split it up. We didn't drive straight through. We stayed in Louisville.
So you got to ask me for some tunes, man. I can get you on
Louisville.
some fucking tunes that'll make you disappear into an hour of fucking driving.
turn
Yeah, why
on
don't
some
you
Disco
ask-
Biscuit.
The
and just
Disco
let it-
Biscuits are
let it take over.
They are driving music.
But on the way back was one of the most brutal car rides I
Yeah,
ever been on.
Back always sucks.
So we get down there. It's a cool place. We have our vacation, and we're leaving. And my wife keeps going, we should really just stay another day. Like, fuck it. We don't have to be back. Let's just stay another day. And she decides, no, we'll go.
Where
So-
were you again?
Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, in the Smoky Mountains. Heart of the Smoky Mountains.
All right. Did you go any caves or anything?
Any boiled peanuts?
No boiled peanuts.
No caves. No caves. No cave
No whiskey,
tavern,
probably.
no-
You didn't pick up any bourbon.
Well, that was the car ride down there, and the car ride back.
What does that mean?
So I'll get into that in a second. But on the drive back, we get to Louisville East, and the weather starts getting shitty. It starts getting fucking rainy.
Who's driving?
Me, all of it.
Did
And I
you
hated
pay
it.
the
Wait, did you
toll for the bridge?
I don't know what that means.
There's a toll bridge to cross from Louisville back into Indiana. And you pretty much have to take that road. There are other ways, but if you take the main road, it's a toll bridge. It's like $6. You're going to get a letter in the mail that says you owe them.
Was it the
Nice.
bridge that is two different bridges right next to each other?
Yeah, it's the new one's the toll bridge.
Yeah.
The old one's a pedestrian
I had an
bridge.
iPass, so
Nope, doesn't count. It's
How do you have an
it's-
iPass?
I borrowed it.
It's separate own tolling.
Okay.
You're gonna get a letter in the mail, so
Cool.
you'll welcome that. It's like $5.80
Wait,
or
I'm
$6.80.
excited.
Is your dog with you?
No.
Just your
No.
kid? Your kids?
Kids, yes.
Are they sleeping?
The 10-year-old didn't sleep for 1 second in the car.
So you never got a BJ?
He was
You never got Roadhead?
iPad and headphones the whole fucking ride.
You could have got Roadhead then.
And the 3-year-old slept a little bit, not much. They stayed up and just fucking in tuned in electronics. Didn't like they were fine. They weren't even the problem.
Which vehicle did you bring down there?
My truck.
That truck? Oh,
I wanted to spend the extra gas.
there's no room in that truck.
That
Thing's
truck's
bigger
fucking
than your truck. It's
that
got
truck's
more cab
roomy as
space
fuck.
than your truck.
I don't have a truck. First off,
We took my truck because the 3-year-old, the back seat's so big.
what did you put in
The
the back
3-year-old
cab?
can't fucking kick the back of your seat.
What did you? No, that's a lie. It's that.
It's
no,
huge,
I've
yeah.
been in there.
Huge.
I've been in that.
You were drunk.
Yeah, and I almost vomited on the back of your head. I was trying not to for 45 minutes of the drive. And I knew that your head was close because I was like that.
So anyway, we're in our place in Louisville, and
Whoa.
my 10-year-old is
Oh.
deathly afraid of tornadoes. So the wind's
Oh.
getting fucking wild, right?
I wish I could see a tornado. I want
It's
to
like
see one
10
so
o'clock
bad.
at night. The wind's getting fucking crazy. We're watching it out the hotel room. We're watching trees just fucking bending sideways.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Is there going to be a tornado tonight?" And we're like, "No, man, that's like a summer thing. It ain't going to be no tornado." And Michelle pulls the weather up to show him on the phone, and then she can't show him because everywhere it's like tornado warning, tornado warning.
Summer thing. No, that is the prime time for tornadoes. It's cold and warm
Yeah.
air mixing.
Yeah.
Summertime
Yeah, I
is
know.
not tornadoes.
We're trying to
you're
tell
try-
my
oh,
kid
okay.
like, no,
Sorry.
we're not in tornado season.
Sorry, I believed you.
And Michelle
So I
looks
guess
up
I'm
the
your-
phone and the big red letters tornado
That
warning,
little
take shelter.
Cannon of tornadoes that they show you.
So
All right,
we're
so-
like, all right, kid, go to sleep. It's gonna be fine.
So
then
they
it
say-
starts fucking hailing and
Listen.
it starts getting wild.
You're in like a
What's
Best
worse?
Western on the 6th floor. Or
What's
something.
worse, a warning or a watch?
I don't know. I imagine a siren would be the worst, but,
No, but there's a watch and a warning for
Okay.
a tornado.
I think warning's worse.
No, warning means there may be weather.
No,
Watch
you're right.
means
No,
we've
you're-
seen it, so
Yeah,
watch
you're
for
right,
it.
Chris. You're right. It is like a less like watch sounds like not as much.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, but it's actually worse. Chris, you're right. I think you're
So-
right. I think you're right, Chris.
So we're like, all right. On my truck, I got this 3-piece tonneau cover, and going through Indiana, it was real windy, so I was watching it just wave on my truck. And a couple years ago, my brother had that same tonneau cover fly off on one of his trucks.
I believe it.
So we leave Louisville, and there's
Oh,
a fucking wind advisory for all of Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. And I'm like, fuck, this tonneau cover's coming off. So I stop at Menards and steal their tie-down rope and tie that motherfucker to my truck. I literally just cut it off in the parking lot.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That was not needed.
And it was jumping off the back of my truck like 4 inches in the
Come
middle where it
on,
wasn't
really?
tied down. It was wild. It was hard to steer in parts of Indiana. And then we hit a slowdown. And my GPS keeps telling me 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes.
Adding it?
Yep. 25 minutes goes by. It reloads 25 minutes. It's still 25 minutes. We're there like 2 hours in this slowdown. And we start getting up, and it's one of those things where we're starting to get real irritated about it. I got to piss real
sitting
bad.
still sucks.
And I'm like, there better be somebody fucking dead up there. It's like one of those.
Whereabouts was this? Somewhere in Indiana?
Middle of Indiana, no big town.
K9 twice.
They were maybe like building like an Amazon distribution center. It was outside one of the decent sized cities. It
Sure.
was
off the highway.
Yeah, so they're building like this big ass Amazon distribution center, and a fucking tornado hit it, and that building was all over farm fields and fucking freeway, and there's metal roofing everywhere and fucking cinder blocks all over the place. And that had happened the night before, and they had got the lanes cleared out, but everybody was just stopping to like take pictures. And we actually went through like 3 different places that there were tornadoes in Indiana the night before.
Jesus.
And
your kid's back there just
having
himself.
a panic attack. And Michelle looks it up and she finds something on the internet. She can't find anything like specific, but it says there was like 212 tornadoes that night between Kentucky and Indiana. My kid's full panic attack. But it was, if you live in Wisconsin and you ever went to the Wisconsin Dells for a weekend and then left Sunday and tried making it back to Milwaukee, and you're just in the middle of nowhere, but it's bumper to bumper traffic and you're doing 10 miles an hour. That's how almost all of Indiana was for us. It
Dude,
took
that
us,
shit's brutal at 85.
It took us like 7 hours to get through Indiana.
That's brutal.
So, but what made the ride kind of fun was we went on a hunt. We went on a little hunt, couple little detours. We told one of our friends.
Did you go to the passing of Christ's passion or something?
No,
did you see it?
We were telling one of our friends that we're going down, and he's a big bourbon guy. And he's like, oh, when you get to Kentucky, he's like, stop at some places, find me some Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of Buffalo Trace?
I got the big ass bottle of Buffalo Trace.
All
at
right.
home.
So we're like, oh shit, here's the exit for Buffalo Trace.
Can't
Let's just
get
go
it
down
there.
there. Let's just go down there. We drive down there 5 miles off the freeway. We drive the 5 miles. We get onto their grounds. You ever been to Buffalo Trace?
No, my dad was just there though.
The most beautiful grounds of any place I've ever been.
Yeah, my dad was just there.
It is like a fucking drawing of a perfectly manicured like castle. And you get there and you get to the parking lot and there's a booth. Like you're in fucking line at Chick-fil-A. Just a little booth, guy standing in it. And you look at the buildings and there's, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 people standing outside. And we get up to the guy and he's like, oh, plenty of parking over in the back lot. Just head over there, We're like, all these people waiting for a tour or what's the deal? He's like, tour, gift shop, the normal. He goes, this is how it is every day here. And it's like noon. They open at 10, right? They're 2 hours into their day. I said, well, I'm just going to run into the gift shop. He's like, well, that line actually is going into the gift shop because if you want to take the tour, you got to go through this. He's like, so you're going to have to wait in that line. And I'm like, at that time, 2 kids in the car. I'm like, how long do you think that line's going to take? He's like, well, it's going to move pretty quick. He's like, it should be within 2 hours. And I'm like, to stand in line to go into the gift shop?
Just go to the fucking Pick and Save. They sell Regal. They sell that shit at the Pick and Saves. That's
And,
where I got my shit when I was down there.
Well, this guy's like, he's like, yeah, it's about 2 hours. And he's like, I don't know what they actually have today, so you might stand in line, and he's like, it might be sold out. You might, Eagle Rare, you might have Blanton's. I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna have. He's like, it might be, but it might be nothing. He's like, we only sell a certain amount of
They're not
bottles a
selling
day, and-
Eagle Rare. That at all. No way.
well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't got any. That was
Yeah.
the one he said you ain't gonna get. Eagle Rare you can't get. That shit you can't get anywhere.
Well,
You find me a bottle of Eagle Rare, I will pay you double what you pay. Period. I don't care what you pay.
So I tell him, oh shit, I'm just gonna go to a liquor store. He's like, you're not gonna find really anything in a liquor store. He's like, he goes, our distribution's all fucking crazy right now. He's like, we're sending stuff out. He's like, but it's like a bottle or two to like our big places once a week. He's like, you can't get it. So we're like, all right. So we head on. We're driving in. We don't really think about it again. And we're leaving. I'm like, well, let's hit up some of these like liquor stores in Kentucky. Let's see if we can find some. So I walk into this liquor store, big ass liquor store, about 2 hours away from Buffalo Trace. And I walk in, I go, it's like they were the bourbon headquarters, and I'm like, you guys got any Buffalo Trace? And he's like, nothing. He's like, absolutely nothing. He's like, we get a box, every week or two. And he's like, we put in an order for something. He's like, like 20 bottles of Buffalo Trace. He's like, but they just send us whatever.
Yep.
Whatever they feel like sending us is what they send us. He's like, so we don't even know what we're going to get when we're going to get it. And he goes, Buffalo Trace is in the middle of a gigantic lawsuit right now with their distributor, their distribution company. And there's basically a halt on distribution. And he's like, and this could last several years. Like this isn't going to be like, next week we're back in business. He's like, it's an enormous lawsuit. And he's like, so really, he's like, there's no sense in even calling anybody. He's like, you just got to stop at them, go in there and check if they have them. Like, all right. So we looked around the place for like 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes we were in there, like 3 other people came in and just said, hey, what do you got for anything Buffalo Trace? Like,
Saranac Brewery.
They're like, nothing. We got nothing.
I brought 2 175s back from Kentucky, and I thought that was a good haul. And then I came into Milwaukee, and they were popping at the time, but it's gone again. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
So we go to another liquor store a couple miles up the road called the Liquor Barn. Now, Liquor Barn is basically a Walmart of a liquor store.
It's like a Total Wine.
It's much, much bigger than a Total Wine.
That's impossible.
It is. They have a full grocery section just for things that go with liquor.
Sure.
Like they have a 20 by 20 area with just different fucking cherries. They got like cheeses for wine, and it was huge. And I'm looking around, and the front of there, they have these like 20-foot tall windows, and Buffalo Trace like advertising on all these windows, like they are the Buffalo Trace headquarters. So I go in there and I'm like trying to look for it. There's not even a spot for it on the shelf. I go up to the counter and I said, you guys got any Buffalo Trace? He's like, if we do, it's on this counter. They had like a bunch of really expensive stuff on this one counter.
Sure.
And he goes, we get our box once a week. We put it on the counter. It doesn't last more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, fucking good luck trying to find anything.
How much
He's
is
like,
it?
you just can't. So the Buffalo Trace is like $40 a bottle.
Yeah, it's not terribly expensive.
And it can't last on the shelf, and it's only $40.
But that's their cheapest thing they sell.
It's not the cheapest thing they sell. They have Point Break or something. That shit's basically the.
Why wouldn't you?
But then like Eagle Rare is like $70 a bottle. Blanton's
Why don't you take advantage
is like
of that?
$140 a bottle.
Take advantage of that $40 bottle, triple it with price. because
They're
it
not
sells
there
so
to
quick.
do that shit. They're just
Why
not
not?
able to make it fast enough.
So
Well, they are if they can't sell it because they charge more.
so now we're rolling up on the
Right?
way back
No?
on the exit with Buffalo Trace, right? We're right by their place. So I call the liquor store right off the freeway. And he's like, "Yeah, we got some Buffalo Trace stuff. Come on in." And they had like 20 bottles of Buffalo Trace. Now this was like a fucking Iranian owned liquor store. It was just like guys going in there buying blunt wraps. Like buying 40s. Like it wasn't like I went to like the Taj Mahal liquor store. This is like the dirty ass corner store liquor store. They got like 20 bottles of Buffalo Trace on the shelf because nobody's fucking buying it who walks in there.
Right.
And but they had a limit 2 bottles, right? So I had a whole list of different things I was looking for. But they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, we got this Buffalo Trace." He's like, "We got two cases of Buffalo Trace in the other day." He goes, "Last week we got a whole case of Eagle Rare." He's like, that got all sold up in a day. And he's like, "All we got left are these bottles of Blanton's." And they're like $179 a bottle. And he's like, "We got like 4 of these left." And I'm like, "I don't think that was on the list of things for me to look for." And I go out to the car. And we're driving back, and I get into Indiana. And me and my wife are talking. And I call my buddy up who asked me to look. And I'm like, "Yeah," I said, "all they had was regular Buffalo Trace and Blanton's." And he's like, "They had fucking Blanton's?"
Yeah, you can't get that anywhere.
I said, "Yeah, they had like 4 bottles of it." And he's like, "Well, how many of them did you buy?" So I didn't buy any of them. He's like, what the fuck you mean you didn't buy any? Blanton's was the only thing I really wanted you to look for. He's like, that's my favorite. Like, he's like, you could have bought them for any amount of money. And between me and my other friends that are into, like, we would have bought them. We would have paid. He's like, we would have gave you
double.
like $250.
I personally am putting it out there. If you give me a bottle of Eagle Rare, I will pay you double what you paid for.
And he's
100,
like,
so 180.
I'll pay you double what you paid for a bottle of Eagle Rare.
So why don't we make this a business? And
You can't find it. Go ahead and try.
it doesn't exist. Like, it doesn't exist in the real world.
I've been looking
It's
for
just
like
a
2
unicorn.
years. Every store I go into, I ask. And in 2 years.
we can't travel United States and find these.
He's telling the story of it. You can't.
Yeah.
No. He went to the fucking factory. They ain't got it.
And then I find the Blantons and I don't buy it. And then I'm like fucking 6 hours away. And my friend's like screaming at me on the phone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you buy it? Like, that was on my list. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Fucking like $175 a bottle. Like, and I wasn't sure if that was what you actually wanted. Like,
I mean, it's still
I'm
just,
I'm not taking a chance on
You
fucking
go to the-
$800 in liquor.
you go to the bar and you pay $8 for 2 shots of rum that you could have got a whole fucking bottle
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
$8. So if you pour an $8 pour at home,
No.
how painful is that? Not
Right.
terribly painful. It's painful, but like you're more sad there's only so much left than remembering how much money you
Yeah.
spent on it.
Then my buddy is telling me, he's like, "Well, do you remember the name of this liquor store?" So yeah, it was like Red Circle Liquor. And he's like, "All right, where is it?"
I like that.
And he's like, send me a screenshot of the address, like the Google page on it or whatever. Like, all right. He's like, "Yeah, in 2 weeks, I'm going to Buffalo Trace." And he's like, "And we're gone for like 8 days." And he goes, "I got 2 distillery tours at Buffalo Trace because they put different things in the gift shop
After tour.
every day." He's like, so I booked 2 of them to try to find a bottle of Blanton's. And if I don't find it, he's like, I got 5 days for us to just drive from liquor store to liquor
Jesus
store.
Christ.
And he's like, and you passed up 4 fucking bottles of it?
That's absurd. That's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Wow.
That guy's acting ridiculous. But
So what did you think after?
You like
that?
what you like, you know?
What did you think after you found out that it was that sought after? That you could.
I mean, it kind of made me chuckle. I got 2 bottles of
I
Buffalo
know, but,
Trace
like-
for guests that come over, and I'm good with that.
But like you could have bought out everything they. Wait, you said there was a 2 limit, right?
Yeah, they had a 2 limit. But
Okay.
Yeah,
if you
2
were
adults.
if you were buying the Blantons, they probably would have let you buy all 4. I mean, a fucking $800 corner store liquor
Oh. Wait,
sale.
how much was it?
$175 a bottle.
Okay, I thought you said 800.
$800 if I would have bought all 4.
Got it,
you know, just rounding.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
They had a
Some people
sign:
take-
buy
I-
2 bottles of
I've
Blantons,
decided.
get a blunt.
I've
wrap.
decided after this podcast, I am going home, and I'm going to open my 175, and I'm going to have a drink tonight out of my bottle of Buffalo Trace.
I want you to do this. I want you to take a video of it and post it on our Facebook.
All right,
Do you got the round ice cubes?
I have round ice cubes.
How
It's
do you?
very important.
But you have to have that set up. You had that. You
They
frozen
are
round
in my
ice cubes?
freezer. Yes, I am a bourbon drinker. I am prepared.
I never.
So good.
Okay, you put
It's a little late, but I'm
giant-
going to do it anyways.
you put a giant ice cube into a
Yeah, it doesn't. It
glass.
doesn't make it too cold. You can't do it with the crushed ice.
No, you put a giant ice cube into a shot. How many shots you put into the glass?
I'll do like probably for this a 2-finger.
So that makes it taste better than just slamming it. Because
Yeah, it's kind of a sipper. Like you take like
I know, but it's gross.
a half ounce of sip, make
Super-
quarter ounce of sip.
I don't understand the alcohol drinking. The hard liquor, it tastes like shit.
Well, you've gone into real beer instead of these like.
Truly,
Because I get too much heartburn from those fucking.
But that has
just
flavor.
eating
and
your insides.
used to
You're like,
know-
but I'm saving calories.
Eventually, you'll get to the point where you. So someday, Jay, you'll come over and we'll have a.
Well, I'll come over, and then you know what? I'll come over with the fam, and then all my kids will enjoy the drinks together.
Yeah,
Well, I'll do it right.
the snifters of Kool-Aid.
So I just wanted to point out at the end of this podcast that, well, you know what? It doesn't matter now because this one is going to be played at the end of the entire fucking week of podcasts that I'm going to put out next week. So I can't really even say it.
Say it anyways. I'm lost.
You're so great with your prefaces and build-ups.
because
and
you know what? I'm thinking ahead of time, just like Back to the Future, but I'm in the future. I am going to put out a whole week of podcasts this week.
Podcast-a-palooza.
Yes, of shit that I have not put out because I left my SIM card at the bunker.
Yeah, the audio
But-
podcast is going to go nuts this week. Tune into our audio podcast.
Yeah.
3dimesreviews.com or at any podcasting site you get your audio podcast. Search 3 with the number Dimes. You'll find us.
But what I was trying to say was the only way it makes sense is if you're watching live because
Cut
if
it
you're not,
into a short, bro.
If you're
I
not,
just made it short. Yell a short. Give your pitch.
if you're not live, okay, fine. Whole week of podcasts from 3 Dimes coming out this week. What's the date? Give me a date here.
You're so good at making shorts.
Give me a date.
I don't know how to cut in my short making.
No, I need a date. You guys didn't help me at all with that. So, 3 Dimes podcast and Whistle Reviews. If I didn't, we all love you.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to another episode of 3 Dimes. We appreciate you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe on your way out.
Yeah, everybody loves it when you do that. It makes it sound like such a professional production.
I'm a fucking DJ. Are we doing TikToks?
I mean, it is 10:30 on a work night. I'm good to stay up for another hour.
Okay.
40
Stay
minute
tuned
ride
for
home.
TikToks.
Good.
I don't know what I have to stop first.